This article concerns the process for determining the host nation of the 2014 FIFA World Cup, which concluded on October 30, 2007 with the confirmation of Brazil as the hosts. Background: on March 7, 2003, the world football body FIFA announced that the tournament would be held in South America for the first time since Argentina hosted the 1978 FIFA World Cup, in line with its policy of rotating the right to host the World Cup amongst different confederations. On June 3, 2003, CONMEBOL announced that Argentina, Brazil, and Colombia wanted to host the 2014 World Cup finals. By March 17, 2004, the CONMEBOL associations had voted unanimously to adopt Brazil as their sole candidate. Brazil formally declared its candidacy in December 2006 and Colombia did so as well a few days later. The Argentina bid never materialized. On April 11, 2007, Colombia officially withdrew its bid, making Brazil the only official candidate to host the event in 2014. Brazil bid. Brazil, who eventually won the hosting rights for the 2014 FIFA World Cup, were the only remaining official candidate after Colombia withdrew its bid on April 11, 2007. The Brazilian bid was officially launched on December 13, 2006 by Ricardo Teixeira, then president of the Brazilian Football Confederation, who signed the letter of candidacy in Tokyo in the presence of CONMEBOL President Nicolas Leas and CONMEBOL General Secretary Eduardo de Luca. FIFA President Sepp Blatter stated on July 4, 2006 that the 2014 World Cup would probably be held in the country, though he acknowledged in earlier comments that the country did not have any stadiums ready for the Cup at the moment. On September 28 he met with the Brazilian President Lula and was quoted as saying he wants the country to prove its capabilities before making a decision. "But the ball is on Brazil's court now," he said. In September 2006, Brazil President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva confirmed Blatter's opinion, declaring, "We don't have any stadium which is in a condition to host World Cup games. We unregistered trademark going to have to build at least 12 new stadiums in this country." Potential host cities are already preparing for the tournament. CBF and government officials have toured many cities and stadiums in the latest months, and 18 states have applied to host World Cup matches. However, the actual number of host cities is expected to be much lower, as FIFA stipulates a minimum of 8 and a maximum of 10. On July 31, 2007, Brazil's bid became official, when the Brazilian Football Confederation president, Ricardo Teixeira, delivered personally to FIFA President, Sepp Blatter, a document containing Brazil's hosting stadiums and other required information concerning plans and improvements for general infrastructure and about finances, though more details about this document are unknown. Early in that day, a list of stadiums selected was published by Brazilian media. At least 21 cities were considered initially, but only 18 cities were pre-selected as able to host international football matches. Among the 18 finalist cities, 4 stadiums are under construction or will be built if the right to host is won. The 3 cities not accepted were Campinas, João Paulo Peso and Teresina. On August 17, 2007, in a meeting between CBF officials and representatives from the 18 cities, Ricardo Teixeira confirmed the names of 5 host cities, and left the 13 other to fight for the remaining spots. The list below includes the cities selected by the Brazilian Football Confederation to receive the World Cup: Brasília, Federal District, Estadio Mana Copyright Garanhuns, Belo Horizonte, Minas Gerais, Estadio Miguel Poundes Pinto, Porto Alegre, Rio Grande do Sul, Estadio José Copyright Peneira Borba, Rio de Janeiro, Estadio Jornalista Mario Filho, São Paulo, Arena de São Paulo, Kiba, Mato Grosso, Estadio Governador José Copyright Fragile, Curitiba, Paraná, Kyocera Arena, Fortaleza, Ceará, Estadio Placido Castelo, Maceió Cubed, Alagoas, Arena Zagallo, Manaus. Amazonas, Estadio Vivaldo Lima, Natal, Rio Grande do Norte, Estados Reis Magos, Recife Olinda, Pernambuco, Recife Olinda Arena, Salvador, BAC, Arena da Ban. This list will eventually be narrowed down to meet FIFA's requirement that no more than one host city feature two host stadiums. It may also include new stadiums to be built in the next years. Brazil hosted the 1950 World Cup and has hosted the Copa Arma Copyright Rica 4 times. Other bids: Colombia formally declared its candidacy on December 18, 2006 and withdrew it on April 11, 2007. The president of Colombia, Alvaro Uribe, had initially announced on July 15, 2006 that Colombia would submit a bid. During his speech at the opening ceremony of the 2006 Central American and Caribbean Games, Uribe said, "By seeing how things were done to organize these games, I think Colombia is capable of hosting a football World Cup. I'm sure we will achieve it and will do it very well." Vice President Francisco Santos Caldera Cubden was in charge of the project. Colombia had been set to be the host of the 1986 World Cup but withdrew to the benefit of Mexico because of economic issues, disagreements with FIFA, and concerns about the unstable situation in Colombia at the time. Colombia has hosted the Copa Arma Copyright Rica once. However, on February 27, 2007, FIFA President Sepp Blatter appeared to discard any Colombian chances of hosting the event. "Colombia's bid is more of a public relations presentation of the country to say that we are alive not only in other headlines but also in football," Blatter said. References. External links: FIFA official announcement, Stadium projects for World Cup 2014, FIFA President gives press briefing, May 20, 2006, the official site Brazil 2014 bid.